Alright guys, wanted to make one last quick video just to help out any potential owners of a 1987, and I believe they also made it in 88, so it's only a 2-year only bike from what I've researched. They switched to yellow and blue after this, so it is pretty rare. I'm not sure exactly how many of these are out. I just Facebook marketplace and searched, and I'm here in Central Ohio-ish. One came up in Ohio, 5,000 miles, nowhere near this shape. This one's sitting right at 2,000 miles now, a little over, because I've done about 100 miles on it testing after I've completed pretty much everything. I did everything but the tires. I took them off, took them to a local tire shop. I'm just really not interested in doing tires here. It's I do e-bike tires and stuff, but small tires, motorcycle tires, I'd really need a machine in here and do that. So I put new front brake pads in and bled the brakes, flushed the tank out multiple times, and then had to clean out the carburetor multiple times. Rust was coming into it. Finally got both flushed out and everything good. There was a rat's nest or mouse nest in there. You could see that in my previous video, the day one video of having this. Took all that out, got a new air filter in there and oiled it. Just broke the chain, so kept the chain, and that's original. And now I have that back to a good slack here, and that is set right between the 1 and the 0. Dog's sniffing my leg like crazy. What's wrong with you, dude? And okay, so the main reason I wanted to make this video real quick and show you how it's running later in the videos I took previously, I'll add to the end of this one. I want to let you guys know the jetting sizes. So this particular bike came to me from a customer, like I mentioned before, barn find, everything original. A guy bought it in 1987, drove it for 1,000 or 1,600 miles, parked it in his barn ever since. And that's when I got my hands on it, and obviously some critters have been in there. So the carburetor was in really, really bad shape. I wish the customer would have brought it to me, and I would have, tried to get it, ultrasonic cleaner and clean it as good as I can, because here was the issue. It was bogging down at wide open throttle. It's idling fine, but Chinese carburetor he got off of eBay was listed as specifically for this bike. So he assumed, well, it's got to be jetted for this bike. So I took it out. The pilot jet is not numbered. You don't know what that is. It says, I finally looked on Revzilla, and then it shows you right beside what it should be. And, when you're ordering the part. So part number and everything, it's kind of hard to determine. If you try to Google stock jet sizes for SP200, I mean, good luck. So finally, I found the pilot jet's supposed to be a 25. And then here's what I'm finally getting to. The main jet is supposed to be a 115. So this one came with a 130. I was already trying to mess around with jets. I had a 120 in it at the time, so I was getting closer. So I switched to the 115 after finally finding that online, and she runs great. I tucked and everything. I was in 4th, going about 60-something. Kicked it into 5th, hit 70. I bet this thing could do 85 or so. I bet it would get pretty close to that, maybe 80 miles an hour. I don't weigh much, so that's why I was flying. So yeah, so I wanted to make this video. Sorry to keep rambling on. I'm just trying to help those trying to fix up one of these bikes if you've gotten your hands on one, if you're lucky enough. Like I said, I'm sure there's not too many around, and also not the, there's the DR200s and everything. I believe the SP200 In red and blue, it was just 87 and 88. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. And hope you enjoyed. Again, main jet size 115, and then pilot jet, from what I saw, was a 25. I kept the one in there that it came with because it was idling fine. It was wide open throttle it was having the issue with. And now to the video of me riding around in the dirt and on the road the other day. Taking the SP200 off-road. There's some dirt over there I was hitting in this field. Brand new tires. Running great. It bogs slightly, so I am in the middle of rejetting or figuring out maybe if I should put a small tube on that, if that's, you know, affecting any of the airflow. I haven't really considered that at all, but it is idling great. Beautiful day to ride. Alright guys, I am finally 100% done with this bike. New fuel filter, new fuel line. I flushed and cleaned the fuel tank multiple times. I cleaned the carb 3 times total. There was some rust coming back in through it from the tank. I switched filters, all that fun stuff. I had some issues with the front brake. This brake line, really thick, gave me some issues of getting all the air out of it. So I have the wrench with me just in case, because it was locking up the last 4 or 5 test rides. Now today it was doing great. I went about 18 miles. I'm on my way back. I went 18 miles to a friend's house a few towns over on some backcountry roads, and it did great. This tiny little road I'm on, it did great. I hit 65 when I was tucked and on it in 5th for quite a while. It's running really good. It's idling really good. Just a great little bike. And I'm used to the 150, so it's actually got a pretty decent amount of power for me. So, all right, the trick is, so all of this is original SP200 1987, besides the carb and now the tires. So we put fresh new tires on there. And Bridgestone for the front. And what do we go with? A Loretti on the back, or for the hell is that? Pirelli. I'm an idiot. I don't know my tires that great, but that is a good one. I've heard of them. The jet in this one, the main jet was a 130. When I looked on RevZilla, it actually, this bike, 1987 SP200, requires a 115 main jet, and now it's running great. And then you should have seen how black the brand new spark plug got. So I put a brand new spark plug yet again in it, and after this, what, like 35 mile, 40 mile trip, we're gonna see how that looks when we get home. Just for those of you out there searching around the internet, RevZilla has a diagram. It'll show you beside it. It's a 25 pilot jet, and this one's unmarked, so I don't know, but it's idling fine, so that's all right with me. And then it says 115 main, and then luckily I had a 115 main and stuck it in, and there she goes. That's it. I stuck the air fuel screw. It's set at 1 3/4 of a turn. That's always done good for me, and it seems to be doing well right there for this bike. So, all right guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you have not, and hopefully this helps out any SP200 owners out there. Peace out.